So one day after school, Tobi goes with her parents to the swimming pool. Daddy has brown swimming trunks. Let's get your floaters on, says Daddy.
Hello, and welcome to Represented Storybooks and More for African Kids. I'm your host, Tonye Ekezie, and I'm also here with my wonderful co-host. What's your name?
Ugo Ekezie.
That's right, and Ugo is my son and the most awesome co-host ever. Our aim with this podcast is to shine a light on the amazing content out there by African authors and content makers which feature African characters. And today I'm really excited to introduce our wonderful guest. But first, let me tell you a little bit about her. Her name is Olubunmi Aboderin Talabi, and she's an author, the publisher of Clever Clogs Books, the convener of the Akada Children's Book Festival, and the chairperson of the Association of Children's Authors and Illustrators of Nigeria. She is passionate about creating visually engaging, culturally relevant content for children, and has a desire to see steadily increasing literacy rates within her community. Her published works include Tobi Visits the Conservatory, Cobb the Antelope, Diary of a Toddler, Tobi Bakes a Cake, Tobi Learns to Swim, and Why Do You Wash Your Hands? Welcome, Olubunmi.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be.
Oh, I'm just so excited to have you here. So I have a confession in that when I started my own journey of looking for books that were by Nigerian authors and featured African characters, yours were the first I came across. And they were just so full of color and vibrancy. Actually, the first one was Diary of a Toddler, and we're still reading it today, even though both my children are no longer toddlers. So please, first of all, I want to know what set off this writing journey, right? Ugo, aren't we interested in what made her start writing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for me, hi Ugo, it's great to see you again. For me, it was becoming a parent and wanting desperately to have content that reflected us, that reflected our way of life, that had protagonists that looked like, my daughter. So it was really because, to be very honest with you, it wasn't something I thought I was going to do. It sort of developed organically, if I can say that.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was that I had read all these books about the importance of reading to your child, even before your child learns how to walk or talk. And the books that I'd read suggested that this would be good to help them in terms of develop their communication skills, to develop their confidence and things like that. So from the time my daughter was maybe 10 months, we were doing bedtime story time. We were reading 3 books a night. And I noticed that most of the books I could buy in Lagos, I live in Lagos, Nigeria,
mm-hmm.
and most of the books I could buy were books from abroad. Picture books, that is, picture books.
Yes.
I was looking for children's picture books, not chapter books, right, because of her age. And most of the books I could buy, most of the books that were available in the stores were books from abroad. And there's nothing wrong with books from abroad, but I just wanted some children's books, some picture books
Yes.
that featured Nigerian children or African children. And you'll find that Nigeria is blessed with a plethora of authors, but there were very few that I could find that thought, that did picture books. And, we found the ones that when I decide to do something, I go all out. So I was quite thorough looking, and we found some, but there were not enough. And then one day we visited the Lekki Conservation Center, and I thought, this place is really fabulous. More people need to know about this. And then one of the book series that we were reading at the time was the Topsy and Tim series, which is set in England.
Topsy and Tim.
Great. And as you know, they feature here and now realism, just things that happen every day in the life of young children. So going to the dentist, going to school, going to the hospital, visiting grandma, things like that. And I thought it would be really great to have a Topsy and Tim equivalent based in Nigeria featuring Black kids. So when we visited the Lekki Conservation Center, I thought this would be a really great topic to write about. And thus, Tobi Visits the Conservatory was one of the first books that I wrote in the Tobi
series.
And then Diary of a Toddler was the next one. and then Cobb the Antelope after that, because I thought it would be good to have books that featured animal characters that you could find in Nigeria. You know, Mickey Mouse is great, Peppa Pig is great, but I thought, let's have some representation of the kinds of animals that we have here too. And the Cobb Antelope is found here in West Africa. So yeah, that's a very long answer to a short question, but those were basically my inspiration.
I think that what comes from what you're saying, I mean, you can just hear the passion in your voice. And so we feel like really blessed that there's someone like you in Nigeria really putting your mind and heart to this. And so I want to ask you, thinking about the experience, what do you love most about this? What do you love most about being an author of children's books?
Well, I think what I love most is the reaction from my readers. I love meeting the readers. There was one day I had a book reading before COVID at a school, and after we read Diary of a Toddler, one of the children, it was a nursery school in Lekki, one of the children just came and gave me a huge hug and just said, you know, I'm trying to remember his exact words, but the long and short was that he was just showing appreciation. He enjoyed the book reading. He enjoyed the book. And it completely melted my heart. I just totally loved it. And I did a post that day saying, I love my job because it brought joy, you know, to that young reader. And it brought me joy to see that what I was doing had an impact, was making a difference, was appreciated, because sometimes it's a lonely road, but not so much now that we have an association. But, you know, at the beginning it was a lonely road, and sometimes you couldn't see the impact, and then it was a struggle to get paid because you know, you write. But, you know, bookstores would take quite a long time before they would actually pay you. So it was like a labor of love. Yes. If you had to do this for a living, you know, you may have to have several side hustles. Okay,
but, so Ugo, you have read pretty much
everything
of all Auntie Olubunmi's books.
But I have not.
What's your favorite?
But I've not read Cobb the Antelope.
We'll have to remedy that. So, of the ones you've read, what's your favorite?
Diary of a Toddler.
Diary of a Toddler. It's a classic. But we are here.
Diary of a Toddler is great too.
I love it myself. So, since we're here, we are going to read one of the books. And this one is titled, what's it titled, Ugo?
Tobi Learns to Swim.
Tobi Learns to Swim.
I am a total fish now.
Yes. So,
to the staff and children at Footsteps School, Lagos. Tobi's birthday present is a pink swimming costume. I can't wait to wear it. Mommy, can you teach me to swim, please? Says Mommy. I can play in the water with you, but Daddy can teach you. Goody! Says Tobi.
So one day after school, Tobi goes with her parents to the swimming pool.
Mommy wears a black swimming dress.
Daddy has brown swimming trunks. Let's get your floaters on, says Daddy.
Soon Tobi's purple armband are ready.
The water is very blue and the pool is very big.
At one end of the pool has 2 feet written in large letters next to it.
At the far end of the pool, near the diving board, 10 feet is written on the ground. What does this mean? Asks Tobi.
One side of the pool is shallow and the other is deep, says Mommy. Beginners start with the side. This is the shallow end of the pool.
Use the ladder to climb into the water, says Daddy. Always very sensible daddies are, aren't they?
Look, there's Ollie and her dad. Ollie is Tobi's best friend. Tobi and Ollie smile and wave at each other.
So, Ollie's swimsuit is orange. Her armbands are yellow. Ollie's dad is wearing green shorts.
The two friends have fun splashing around the pool together.
Tobi's dad shows the girl how to swim freestyle. Lift your arm out of the water, turn your head and breathe in, he says.
Pour the water back with your hand. Put your head down and breathe out. Tobi and Ollie have fun blowing bubbles.
When you become a strong swimmer, you can go to the deep end, says Daddy.
Tobi practices every day.
And then she progresses from level 1 to level 2. She celebrates her 4th birthday, joins the swim squad, and then she keeps practicing. She gets a silver award, and finally she gets the advanced swimming badge.
Yay!
Maybe when I grow up, I can swim in the Olympics, says Tobi. Yay, says Mum, and win a gold medal too.
That would be lovely, said Tobi. The end.
The end. Ugo, do you know how to swim?
Really?
Yes, of course, you know that. You know I can swim.
I know you can swim. How important do you think it is for someone to know how to swim?
But if they don't know how to swim and they're in an adult pool and they drown.
So it's important to know how to swim
So
to prevent drowning. Exactly. So what do you think of the book, Tobi Learns to Swim? What do you think? You've read it with your sister at home. Does Simone like it?
Yes.
Does she like it a lot?
Maybe.
Does she like it a lot?
Not really.
No, she loves it. He's probably tired because he's read this book so much with Simone because it's one of her favorites. Do you have any more plans in the Tobi series? Because we're hooked.
Oh yes. So there's Tobi visits the art gallery. There's Tobi and the Kids Marathon, and one other Tobi book. So there are at least 3 more that have been conceptualized. And Tobi Who Runs the Kids Marathon has actually already been shared with the illustrator. So that's our illustration stage.
Fantastic.
So yeah. So we have at least 3 more Tobi books to come out.
We are really, really looking forward to that. We are fans in our home, and I know that you have a lot of fans out there. We're just so blessed to have someone like you around, creating and making reading fun for children, but also understanding how important it is to see themselves represented in the books that you make. And you put a lot of love into it. So I just want to thank you so much for joining us. We are out of time. Our amazing guest today has been author and amazing mother, amazing inspiration, Olubunmi Aboderin Talabi. Please tell us, where can we find you? Where can we find your books? What are your social media handles?
So, cleverclogsbooks.com. That's cleverclogsbooks.com. cleverclogsbooks.com. You can find all my books at cleverclogsbooks.com. I'm also on Amazon. I'm on Smashwords. Check it out, and you can get the books there and delivered to you. We're on Flutterwave as well. We have a Flutterwave store. And then we're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and our handle is Clever Clogs Book, because there were only enough characters so we had to leave out the S. So it's Clever Clogs Book on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Do please follow us, and then you'll get all the updates whenever new books are released and whenever we have special packages and deals and things like that.
Fantastic. So that's how you can keep in touch with Clever Clogs Books, who have all these amazing books written by Olubunmi Aboderin Talabi. My name is Tonye Ekezie. What's yours?
And my name is Ugo Ekezie. Mommy is going to be happy because I don't think she has realized that Tobi is brown.
I've realized that Tobi is brown, and we're very happy that she's brown. But you can find myself and Ugo at Simone's Oasis on all social media. And we'll look forward to hearing you, being with you, sharing a story with you next time.
We're also on Amazon, right?
Yes. And this has been Represented Storybooks and More for African Kids. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.